Tuesday, December 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East, and really a very complex forecast on tap. Several storm systems will impact the region, and there's just so much energy involved in the overall weather pattern. The models are going to continue to really struggle in terms of their handling of these various systems. I'll show you much more of that here as we go through today's edition of the video. Let's start off with the current storm system. Very easy to see that here on the water vapor imagery. That's a big upper air low pivoting from New Mexico into Texas and Oklahoma, and that's been a big ticket item in terms of snow. I'll show you the still the active warnings in just a moment, but there's what the radar looks like at the moment, and I'm cutting this video as usual during the 5 a.m. hour, and there's actually some pretty decent thunderstorms there into Texas and Louisiana. There is some severe weather risk around the lower Mississippi Valley region today. And then all this precip is in the form of snow, and there has been a lot of it. There's the active warnings, all the white shady counties, lingering winter weather-related products from New Mexico into northwestern Missouri. And that snow has been a big-time weather story in parts of Kansas and the panhandle regions of Texas and Oklahoma, into southeastern Colorado and New Mexico. Pretty interesting to look at the temperature map this morning. A nice little feed of milder air bubbling up ahead of this system. That'll fuel that severe weather threat today. And the cold air spilling down behind it. Amarillo currently at 25 degrees with a fresh blanket of snow on the ground. All right, here's the next 3 days of convective outlooks. No categorical severe weather risk today in terms of slight, moderate, or high, but there is a C-text area from the lower Mississippi Valley up toward the Ohio Valley, so maybe a severe storm or two involved in that region. That's certainly a possibility. Tomorrow, that shifts a little bit farther east into the western Carolinas, up into Pennsylvania, down to the Gulf Coast region. Again, this is not a huge severe weather threat, but could be a few severe thunderstorm warnings involved. Now, for the Carolinas, I think that chance is very low, but could be a few rumbles of thunder in a few spots. And then you go out to day 3, and you have a day 3 slight risk. That's actually a pretty high risk for day 3. For parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. You don't get those slight risk all the time on day 3, so that'll be something to watch in that region there as we get into Thursday and Thursday night. All right, in terms of rain, here's the next 5 days of precipitation amount forecast here from the HPC, and it's a wet pattern here from Texas, Louisiana, into the Tennessee Valley, and the Carolinas. A broad 2 to 3 inch type rain total as possible as we tally up the rain for the next several systems. And this ends at 0Z, that'd be 8 o'clock, or actually 7 o'clock in the evening, Christmas Eve. So there's the precip forecast from the HPC between now and then. Just a pattern loaded with energy. This is off the European model. This is the upper air chart here, valid this afternoon. Right here, that is the system that caused the snow I've been talking about. And just look what happens. There's another piece of energy behind it, tons of energy diving down to the south, another piece of energy out in the Pacific. And it's just a complex forecast. Here we are tomorrow. That lead piece of energy heading into the Ohio Valley. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. It's just a convoluted pattern, and it's going to be a struggle to get the details of these systems hammered down. Here we are Thursday evening. Okay, that next piece of energy is ejecting out into the Ohio Valley. Here's another one behind it. We go out to Christmas weekend here. This is Christmas Eve, and again, remember, this is the European model. I mean, I'm telling you, you got one closed low on the European and eastern Oklahoma, another piece of energy diving into Mexico, another one in the northern plains, another one in western Canada, another one waiting in the wings off the west coast. We go out to Christmas Day, and here's what the European model looks like. We go out one more panel here to Monday evening, the 26th, and just, again, a pattern loaded with energy. The European swings the system through basically a front by Monday, but you watch this next piece of energy interacting with the energy in the northern Rockies, and the European actually pops a very significant low later on next week. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, let's go to the GFS. Today, we'll have a lot of clouds around the region, and as we get into this afternoon, around the upstate, maybe the southern Piedmont, late this afternoon, some showers become possible, but I think for the majority of the region, it'll be tonight and tomorrow when we have the best chance for these intermittent showers. So that's the forecast. Tonight, tomorrow, some showers around at times. That system gets out of the way. Here comes the next one. This is Thursday evening. The next wave of precip develops in later Thursday, continues through Thursday night, and exits on Friday. This is Friday evening. And then, as we get into Friday evening, this area of high pressure begins to develop here into the northeast. That's going to drain some fairly chilly air into place. Now, the GFS hits Christmas Eve as the day, with the majority of the rain, with the weekend system. So on the GFS, Christmas Eve is a day where the cold air damming areas stay in the 40s with rain. And then by Christmas Day, the GFS has us dry. Totally different timing on the European. Let's go to the European. The European keeps us mainly dry Christmas Eve. This is the evening of Christmas Eve. And then it's Christmas Day. That's the chilly, rainy day, at least in the morning time on the European. And the Canadian agrees with the European, generally speaking, with a wet and chilly Christmas Day forecast. So, and wow, we'll see. We go out to Monday. This is back to the GFS model. It has us dry, but I wanted to show you one last chart here. This is the European all the way out to next Thursday evening, the 29th, and it produces a very intense area of low pressure, kind of a Miller A type deal there, with a low pressure that tracks from basically here to there. And that would have to be watched, see if it's cold enough for any snow on the northwest side. But again, I don't even have any confidence in exactly how the pattern is going to unfold 2 or 3 days from now, much less a week from now. So it's one of those deals here where there is just so much energy involved. It's a pattern just loaded with energy. And there's so many individual pieces of energy, so many individual disturbances, it's going to be next to impossible to get a really good handle on what's going to happen more than a day or two in advance. So we're just going to kind of keep watching what's happening and keep refining the forecast as necessary. All right, that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.